So I've really never been much of a gambler. I've never bought a lottery ticket. I've been to Atlantic City maybe a dozen times, and more than half the times I went, I didn't even gamble anything. But pretty recently, I started to get into watching basketball games a lot more. I really haven't seen them, honestly, in probably a few years. But I've been watching games every day now, and I've been putting money on them. And not a lot of money. I mean, some bets are bigger than others, but it's not like a crazy amount of money. It's just a few bucks here and there. And I'm not going to lie, I'm having a lot of fun with it. We've all seen it before. Obviously, gambling can ruin a person's life. I'm sure you've heard stories about people in Vegas losing it all. You see these videos online of people playing these digital casino games and they just try to make their money back and they end up broke. I think after this past week of really betting more than I ever have in my life, and I don't mean like a ton of money, it's not a whole lot that I'm putting up, but I think after a week of consistently doing it, now I see how people get reeled in and how they can't stop. I've played the table games, blackjack, roulette, and like I just said, sports betting, and when you win, you just feel so good. I mean, obviously, right? You just won money. And when you lose, you almost kind of get this feeling of, oh, I'm due for another win. I can see why if somebody loses, say, $10, they think, okay, let me put up 20 to get that back and make some more. I've heard of people like just trying to recoup their losses and they just keep betting more and more and losing over and over again. And I kind of get the thought process behind that. Like, obviously, it's not a smart thing to do. I wouldn't say it's a smart thing to gamble at all. I'm just doing it for fun. But I can kind of understand how people can kind of fall into the hole and, just lose everything. And for me, overall, I would say I've had terrible luck, at least with betting on basketball games. I think the first bet I ever put on a basketball game, it was probably 2020, maybe 2021. It was Miami Heat. I forget who they were playing, but I put $100 on them, just flat $100 for them to win. And they had, statistically, the worst first half that they have had since 2009 in over a decade. And I couldn't believe it. I was on vacation with my friends and, I had a couple drinks that night. So I kind of, that's why I kind of threw all that money on it. But I was like, you know what? It's $100. Whatever. It is what it is. But about a week ago, also with the Miami Heat, I think it was $40 on them just to win the game. They were playing the Orlando Magic. And Magic was down 25 points. And they came back and won. And when I tell you, I just couldn't believe it. It really almost feels like a curse with me for these crazy comebacks to happen. And actually, just last night, this might be my worst one yet, I put $30 on the Orlando Magic to beat the Nets. And they were getting destroyed. I mean, they were down, I think, 22 points at one point. I had $30 in. I'm like, you know what? Instead of making $0, I'm going to cash this out for $8. I'll put it on the Nets, and I'll just, cash out for $11 after that. They made the comeback. They came back from 22 points. I really, that one kind of upset me. It's not all losses, though. I mean, I placed, I think, 3 other bets last night that hit. And I've been, winning actually most of them for this week. But I feel like the losses are when I go big. I have a few bets set for tonight, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I know I don't think gambling's a good thing at all. I don't want to encourage anybody to gamble, because I think overall it's not the best thing to do. But I'm having so much fun just watching the games and, just having money on the line. I don't bet a ton of money, like I said, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of messed up how it's so easy. It's just an app on my phone. I can go in, press 2 buttons, and I can put up $500 if I want. It's so crazy how, accessible it is to anyone, and they advertise it so much. I mean, any platform you go on TV, during the games, you will always see ads for FanDuel, DraftKings. On Twitter a lot, I see ads for Stake. I've never played with them, but I think you can sports bet with Stake. I think it's more of a casino game type of thing though. But they know how to drag you in. They have all these promotions and stuff that I've seen to get you on there, and then let's say they give you, a free $3 spin on a game and you win. You're probably thinking, oh, I can do that again. How about I do it with $10 and win more this time? I think people could really get sucked into the idea of like getting rich off of it. Because, you'll see online people hitting bets for these crazy amounts. If any of you know what parlays are, it's basically like making a bunch of bets that have to hit to get a lot more money than you would if you were betting separate. And those pay out like crazy. I mean, the odds of them aren't really too high. The more you have on there, and the higher the payout, the less likely it is. But when you see the fact that you could put up $1 to have a chance of getting $7,500, I mean, I feel like I would almost want to do that, even if it was something that I didn't believe was going to happen. But this whole industry, whether it's sports betting or table games, slots, they're designed to get you, to take your money. And, you have these psychologists and these people behind these businesses that run all this stuff. They know how to get your money. They know how to attract you and drag you in to make you pay more and more. I feel like what's kind of keeping me under control right now is the fact that I'm unemployed. If I was employed right now, I feel like I would be betting a lot more. So maybe that's for the best that I don't have a job. But yeah, it's pocket change. It's money I can have a little fun with. I mean, I skip out on other things. I don't spend a ton of money. So I can put a few bucks here and there, right? It's not hurting anyone. But those are my thoughts about it. If you are going to gamble, do it safely. Don't do it with money that you would be upset if you lost. Gamble what you can afford to lose. And if you or someone you know has a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Let me know what you think below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.